In Writers Revealed tomorrow afternoon, Rosemary Hartwell will be talking to the playwright Arnold Wesker, who 30 years ago was one of Britain's lionised young playwrights, but who today finds his still prolific output staged abroad rather than here. Reasons for this, what he calls a damaging dispute with the RSC and Sunday Times, and his sense that as a Jewish writer he's uncomfortable to live with, are at the heart of Writers Revealed at 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon here on Radio 4.
After Prince William is rushed to hospital, his father demands to be kept in touch with developments in architecture.
Kenneth Baker adds to the muzzling restrictions on pit bull terriers by prohibiting them from being seen on television without the voice of an actor.
As a result of Prince William's head injury, John Major announces that all golf clubs are to be destroyed.
Week ending June the 7th, a look back at the last 7 days with Bill Wallace, Sally Grace, Alistair McGowan and Brian Bowles.
You got it open?
Shh, shh, keep it quiet.
Yeah, nearly. Here we go.
Right. Where's the safe?
Are you sure about this, John? I think we should be taking the initiative.
But that's what we are doing, Kenneth. Taking the initiative. It's just not ours. Now, let's get this safe open.
Oh, great. Look at all these great Labour policies. This is a cracking one for transport, modernising the railways. There's even one here for you, Kenneth.
Let's have a look. Neuter them and muzzle them. That way you protect the public and phase out the breed without seeming barbaric.
Oh, look at this one. Workers of the world, unite. You have nothing to lose but your chains. I like that one, Kenneth.
And here's one on a plastic card. Thank you for not smoking.
What a great idea. We'll ban smoking after the next election.
And here's Labour's health policy. Spend more money.
How ingenious.
We won't be able to use it, though. There's no exact spending figures.
Oh, don't worry. We'll press them for exact figures in the House tomorrow. And then when they've worked it out, we'll come back and nick those as well. And the government will seek to eliminate cigarette smoking by the end of the century. Also, workers of the world, unite. You have nothing to lose but your chains.
Here, Roy.
But only...
These are all our ideas.
Yes, Neil. You know that breaking we had? It must have been the Tories what done it.
I know how to fox these thieves, Roy.
How?
We put some really crap ideas in our safe.
What, the SLD manifesto?
No, worse than that. How about the reintroduction of the poll tax?
That's a good idea.
British Rail, can I help you?
Yes, your trains run on time, your carriages are never crowded, your stations are spotless, and your fares are very reasonable.
Who was that?
Oh, just another one of those hoax callers.
Yes, I know.
I'm looking forward to this question time, Roy.
Why, Neil?
We had another little break-in last night.
This Tory government will reintroduce the poll tax. If the right honourable gentleman would let me finish, cheese rind shall be taxed in direct proportion to the number of toasters in your household.
Oh, my God, what's he
Yes, yes. And water buffalo, it shall be compulsory that every household shall grate the hind of a water buffalo. And Neil Kinnock is the best leader of the Labour Party since the war.
And now the Downing Street Information Unit presents 4 ways to make Mrs. Thatcher be quiet.
That's right. Number 1, stand outside her bedroom window late at night and talk very loudly indeed, so she has to sleep during the day.
Number 2, when next in conversation with Mrs. Thatcher, disagree with her and then challenge her to sack you. This may well induce speechless frustration.
Number 3, dye your hair black, don a colostomy bag and approach her with a shambling gait. Hey presto, you'll have her rapt attention.
And finally, number 4, follow her home from her latest press conference, wait until she's in a street with inadequate street lighting, and then, withdrawing your mallet surreptitiously from your inside jacket pocket, creep up.
Actually, John, I think that's something a bit far.
Hello and welcome to Byline, the spot where famous faces air their views. This week, celebrity-style guru Jonathan Ross comments on army cutbacks.
Yeah, now come on you snivelling wimps, it's not all bad. By cutting the number of staff, the army can afford to spend more on uniforms and sartorial elegance in general. I personally can recommend the new double-breasted, baggy-trousered designer khaki outfits from Armani. They're cool, they're snazzy, and a snip at only £1,000 each. Ta-ta.
Squad! Out!
What on earth do you think you're doing? This is a job centre, not a parade ground.
The Queen's own redundant rifles reporting for duty, ma'am. Are freshly deloused, demobbed and demanding jobs. Ex-squaddies for the use of.
Jobs? Have they got their CVs?
Well, I'm taking them round to Burton's afterwards, ma'am. I thought a nice brown striped DB would be just the ticket.
No, not civvies, CVs.
Oh.
What are their qualifications, their experience?
You tell the nice lady what you are qualified at.
We go marching up and down, up and down and up and down.
It's impressive, is it not? But there is more.
We've got spots and funny hair and snow-washed jeans no one else will wear. Tattoos on our arms and legs and nasty trainers on our pegs.
I see. I do have one vacancy which might suit several thousand such applicants.
Tell us what it is.
Shut up!
The Society of Pit Bull Terrier Owners needs a PR manager.
Out in the sea there lives a little boy who is a friend to all swimming things. And so local fishermen and sailors have dubbed him Marine Boy. But to the fish and otters of the ocean he is simply called Marine John Selwyn Gummer. He is a companion to all sorts of sea creatures, but there's nothing funny or strange about it. It's all perfectly above board.
Hello, my friend the whale. I wish people would only realise how clever you are and let you live your life unhindered. Little do they know of your underwater civilization with whale trains and phones and amusement arcades, nor that you are able to communicate telepathically by math. Yes, math. Ah, my little chum the porpoise. Hello. Humans feel they have the right to eat you, but they are unaware that it was you who invented penicillin and that Fleming just nicked it off you. Ah, why, look, it's the humble flounder fish, ridiculed for centuries by sailors and schoolboys alike. But their cruel laughs would turn to gasps of admiration if they knew how your research into cloud patterns gave rise to the beginnings of the chaos theory. Oh, if only people would see that the kingdom of the sea folk is equal, if not superior, to the kingdom of man.
Of course, I know a few things about small businesses. My dad had a greengrocer's. No, it's not there anymore. It's a video shop now. He missed a couple of payments on his mortgage and that was that. Sorry? No, I don't think I am, actually. Yeah, I took the right exams, was cruel to the right people, and now I'm the small business advisor here. I know the problems they're facing. I caused most of them. Punitive interest rates? Well, I suppose they are, but it does give me a buzz when they come in and beg. Business has been surprisingly good since the recession began.
High Street Banks. Nice people to have your business done in by.
Ah, Mrs. Waring. So glad you could spare a few minutes of your valuable time.
£15 a minute, actually. I'll just set the meter running.
Oh.
Well, I'm sure you didn't mind waiting. I just had to foreclose on half a dozen single mothers and the video store we use in our advert. Now then, what can we do you for?
Actually, I'm a bit concerned about your charges.
Nonsense. We're no dearer than any other bank. £205.23.
Oh, yes. Well, that's not what I read in the paper.
You always react to what you read in the papers, do you?
Oh, yes. Well, as you bankers say, press for action. Now, if we don't sort something out soon...
Your lost deposit account will be going further into the red.
Sorry, I don't understand.
But perhaps if I write it down for you. There we are. That'll be £17.20. And let me see, another £797.45 for our little chat.
Aye, how time flies when you're having fun. Oh dear, I seem to have left my money in my other trousers.
That's no problem. I can arrange a small loan. 25% over base, all right?
Oh, yes, that'll do nicely. Most agreeable.
I, Mikhail Gorbachev, am honored to receive this Nobel Prize.
I, Mikhail Gorbachev, am gobsmacked that anyone should even consider me for a peace prize.
And accept it humbly on behalf of the Soviet people.
But the money will come in handy.
I would like to thank the West for supporting me during the difficult times of perestroika.
But as you haven't, I won't.
However, I do not wish to see USSR become merely a copy of a Western nation.
Which shall remain nameless, but begins with GB.
And all that entails.
Because I've seen what you do to your leaders after a few years.
До свидания.
My name's Mikhail Gorbachev. Thank you and good night.
And in at number 3 this week is Manipulation by the Big Spenders. Stay with us, Pop Pickers.
Still at number 2 is Can't Quite Get There by the Cheapskates, but for the 10th week running, Can This Be a Record? Once again, it's No Right to Be Here by the Tone Deaf. It's number 1, it's Top of the Pops. All right, pop pickers, lot off.
Yes, mate, can I help you?
Could I have Love Me Like a Tortoise by the Hip Joints featuring MCOK Yarman Doorknob, please?
Certainly, mate. That'll be £2 and 40...
British phonographic industry playing close squad. Gotcha.
Hey? What?
Oh, don't play the innocent with us, chum. We received a tip-off about record hyping in this area, and now we've caught you red-handed.
Well, hang about, I'm only buying one copy.
Only one copy, eh? Ha! That's all a band needs to sell to make number 75 in the charts. Coincidence? I think not.
Oh, this chart really makes my blood boil.
But I like it. Love Me Like a Tortoise, babe. Whoa, whoa, whoa. In fact, I like it so much I'm buying a new copy to replace the one I've already worn out.
So you've bought 2 copies, eh? Give me that chart list, Neville. No wonder it's number 62 with a bullet.
You bastard! Don't you realise how many young, impressionable teeny bobbers may well be corruptly influenced by your nefarious hit parade manipulation?
Oh, right, that's it. I've had enough. For the last time, all I came in here to do was to buy Love Me Like a Blimmin' Tortoise and the latest CD released by Rod Stewart.
Oh, that's different then.
And why is that then?
Well, you're obviously a dangerous lunatic.
All right, Neville, back slowly away now. Keep smiling. Run for it!
Right, sir. Will there be anything else?
Yeah, 500 copies of The Spinners sing Pat Boone, please.
And now, in celebration of their outstanding success in promoting preventive medicine, the Welsh Health Education Council presents
Under-Skimmed Milkwood, a play for voices.
To begin at the beginning. It is bright, clear-eyed time in the small principality. Smokeless and fibre-packed, salads and vegetables limply indigestible down the slow black, crow-black grilled fish in throats gobbling tea. Ocky milkman, heart healthsome, cholesterol conquered, clatters his churns of red top and semi-skimmed past butcher Bynon, puffed up like a turkey for winning a prize for his low-fat sausage. The lead-free, bread-free delivery van of Di Rivita rattles past Polly Garter, her head full of love and her bag full of condoms. And as the lung-filling, vein-clearing breeze drifts in from the sea, it catches the corner of the tattered and torn-up poster on the office of Evans the Deaf.
Closed, due to lack of business. Opening on this site soon, another Welsh health food shop.
You're through to the weekending answer phone. If you'd like to leave a message after the tone, we'll get back at you. Hello, this is Anne Widdicombe. I've been listening to the show and I feel that the jokes lack fibre, roughage and vitamins. Even on a BBC budget, I know that decent, nutritious, vegetable-based material is affordable. So come on, weekending, pull your finger out.
Hello, Russell Grant here. I just thought I'd explain why Black Thursday didn't happen after all. A small planet called Mildred turned up and affected the Mars-Saturn alignment. So all ends well. I'm still around. And we'll continue to pop up amusingly on radio and telly.
Hello, this is Jonathan Moss. A lot of people seem to think that my scintillating Channel 4 chat show has been taken off the air. Well, I've got some good news for them. This is absolute rubbish, and they can still tune in 3 days a week at the same time. Please, it's really good. Honestly, it really is.
Hello. A number of people have asked me what I've been doing today. Well, I have been very busy preparing policy. And who have I been preparing policy for? The people of Britain. And who are the people of Britain for? They are for, dinner. And who am I? I am the No, that's wrong. Can I come back to this?
You've seen the game, you've driven the car, you've eaten the mint. Now read the book. Polo, a steamy account of upper-class gristle in which highly sexed fetlock fetishists, rabid with money lust, have it away on horses, under horses, and with horses, and what horses? Lithe, steaming withers, strong, rippling buttocks, and that's just the women. It's tumescent, it's erectile, it's adjectival, it's polo. I'm sorry if you find this offensive, but I need the money. And by the way, I'm still available for interview.
Right, I've got it. Hold on. Here we go. Today I've been very busy, being policy. And who are the people of Britain? I am. And I've been long in the preparing. No, I am a teapot, short and stout. Oh, forget it.
This week, Weekending obtained striking and conclusive evidence that John Major has finally made the break with Mrs. Thatcher and all that she stood for.
Our sources reveal that earlier this year, Mr. Major took a decisive step when he asked the milkman to leave semi-skimmed milk outside number 10 instead of gold top.
Not only that, where Mrs. Thatcher always began her cabinet meetings on the dot at 11, John Major is known to distance himself from her style by starting sometimes 2, sometimes 3 minutes after the hour.
Proof, if proof were needed, that he has made a break with the past that has left people reeling with shock and astonishment up and down the country.
I'm still railing with shock and astonishment.
But there is still one similarity that Mr. Major's premiership shares with Mrs. Thatcher's.
He too has to put up with a has-been former Prime Minister who simply won't get off his back.
And you know, if I hadn't been in France on the day of the vote, and if Howe hadn't stabbed me in the back, and you could have been more loyal.
And now over to the winner of the Nobel Peace Prize, the man himself, Mr. Mikhail Gorbachev.
Thank you. Thank you. I'd just like to say hi to Raisa, Max, George, Boris, and everyone else who knows me. And I'd also like to take this opportunity of announcing that my birthmark is now available for sponsorship, company logos.
Your name here. Hereby swear.
No.
Sorry. I, Mikhail Gorbachev, hereby swear to abide by the rules of the G7 gang and never join in any other gang or tell anyone about its secrets.
Okay, Gorby, you can join us now. I declare you a member of the G7 gang. And boys, what do the gang rules say about new members?
Gang rules say that the new members must wear the tie narrow side outermost and tuck their shirts into their pants.
And bark like a dog if their country's in trouble.
Woof, woof. And in return, you may ask of us one favour each, which we cannot refuse.
Well, Mikhail, do you think you're up to it?
Yes. Woof. In fact, I have a list. I want $30 billion from you, 30 billion from you, 30 billion from you.
So, how are you doing then, old thing? Perhaps you'd care for a drink.
Charles, though, we should stop talking to the potted primulus. We're here to see our son.
Oh, gosh, sorry, loved one.
So how are you, Wills?
Still a bit sore, Mater. It's no fun being hit on the head with a golf club.
Bloody ridiculous game. I forbid you to play it ever again.
But, Peter...
No, as soon as you're up and about, I'll teach you to play a real sport. Polo.
Oh, Charles.
Did I ever tell you how I managed to break my arm?
This is Lord Burnett speaking to you from the Westminster Abbey Leisure Centre, where in this historic year of 2035, we are about to witness the coronation of King William V. And Britain's new monarch is receiving the golden crown on his noble head, a head that many years ago, as our older listeners may recall, was struck by a golf club in a childhood accident. The royal household assured us then that the injury had no long-term effect whatsoever on the health of the young prince. And, now the new king moves forward to receive the orb and scepter. Then, carefully placing the orb on the jewel-encrusted tea of state.
4!
Oh dear, he sliced his shot into the font. Always a nasty water hazard for the unwary.
You can't touch this.
Hello, tonight's Tonight with Jonathan Moss is coming at you live from Rebecca and Damon's reception party. Rebecca and Damon, of course, have rather famous parents. So first tonight, I'm joined by the proud twosome. A really warm welcome, Wackel Welsh.
Hello, Jonathan.
Wackel, I expect you must be heartily sick of all those tired old media metaphors, such as Wackel needs no extra cover.
Oh, heartily.
And what a pair of bouncers.
Absolutely.
Not to mention she's got 2 fine legs.
You forgot an impressive set of figures, Jonathan, darling.
So I did.
Yes, you're right. They're such a bore.
Hey, hang about. I'm the bloody cricketer about it. Hey, Ecky Thump, what about some suitable metaphors for me, eh?
All right, Mr. Truman. Bald, you overweighted Yorker.
Aye. That's more like it.
Now fetch the drinks, Freddie. There's the darling.
You can't touch this.
Right, that's the last bally button done up. Let's go and troop the colours. I hate wearing these confounded dress uniforms.
You are Colonel-in-Chief, Philip. You have to represent your regiments. Now, do you know what you're doing? First, a slow march for the Coldstreams. Then run round the back of the stand. Change into the Blues and Royals. Pass at the trot, run back, and reappear as the Black Watch. Quick march past.
Watch? I thought it was the Gurkhas first. It was a bally struggle putting that uniform over the Welsh Fusiliers and the Grenadiers. Look, old thing, can't we just drop all this? I mean, it's not as if there'll be any soldiers there.
It's a tradition, Philip.
Yeah.
One may have failed to save our regiments from the chop, but colours must be trooped. Now, where is one's hard hat? I have to take the salute.
You're going to look damn silly on that Royal Mountain bike.
No, one won't. One's been practicing peddling side saddle all week. Now, ready to go?
Oh, I suppose so. Oh, no, all these confounded goats everywhere. Oh, look what I've trodden into the carpet. I have
We
half a mind
told
to
you
turn
before,
them.
Philip, you cannot turn treasured regimental mascots into kebabs. Hurry, one thinks one can hear the band tuning up.
The Princess Margaret Bottle Orchestra with your mother on comb and paper.
Do get a move on, Philip. We can't let a few government cuts interfere with our ceremonial duties. Anyway, we have to go and review the fleet at 6:15.
6:15? Damn funny time to review the fleet. Why so late?
Well, one has to wait until Harry's finished playing with it in the bath.
And now here is next week's news, the weekend. Norman Lamont says that the economy will pick up in the second half of the year, but decides not to say which year. After receiving a hospital visit from his father lasting 40 minutes, Prince William asks his schoolmate to hit him again.
Monday. Following John Major's comments that British Rail will run as efficiently as Marks and Spencer, Network South East users take their tickets back for a refund. Advertising agencies announced that their decision to drop star names from commercials will regrettably lead to an increase of appearances by Gareth Hunt, Diane Keane and Annette Newman.
Tuesday. The doctor who advised Rod Stewart to cancel a concert because he had a sore throat is asked how he could tell. After a new report says that a bag of crisps a day is more likely to keep the doctor away than an apple, GPs confirm that this is the case, especially if it's cheese and onion.
Wednesday. As Enid Blyton's cottage goes up for sale, the estate agents are ordered to rid the house specification of all racist and sexist references. Following the birth of Vinnie Jones's baby, the midwife who smacked the infant's bottom says she knew whose child it was when it tried to headbutt her back.
Thursday. Following the announcement of tough new restrictions to be placed on vicious fighting dogs, John Prescott appears in the Commons wearing a muzzle. Reports that the 6th of June was to be the worst day in the history of mankind are confirmed, as it's the day Cilla Black announced her appearance in pantomime.
Friday, after research shows that smokers are more likely to develop wrinkles, further investigation reveals that the wrinkles are caused by the worry of meeting fanatical ex-smokers. And finally, the businessman who was arrested when he tried to roller skate in a ballet dress while drunk says he's glad the police found him before he did anything silly. And that is the end of next week's news.
Weekending featured Bill Wallace, Sally Grace, Alistair McGowan and Brian Bowles. The script was written by Andy Parsons and Henry Naylor, Ole Stepaniuk, Barry Atkins, Louise Finan, Simon Bullivant, Stuart Lee and Richard Herring, Ian Pattinson, Alistair Murray, Ben Moore and Danny O'Brien, Michael Dines, Robin Curry, Ivan Shakespeare, Roderick Miller, Robert Fraser-Steele, Jill Brown and Dave Single, Hugh Rycroft, Julian Dutton and Crispin Belcher. With newslines by Peter Hickey, Nick R. Thomas, Max Alcock, Simon Marsh, John Holland, Bob and Barbara Boulton and Les Rowley. The producer was Paul Schlesinger.
Well, at around this time tomorrow, the task awaiting the guests in Paradise Lost will be to save the universe from its imminent destruction. So why not listen to Paradise Lost tomorrow evening at 11:30 here on Radio 4.